welcome to the early morning podcast. Grab you a J, grab you a brew, grab you whatever it is you do, and try to kick back and relax a little bit for this episode. I know it's a bit different scenery. We're doing, changing things up maybe a little bit. But, yeah, thank you for tuning in, episode 29. I wanted to start off with a really funny story that I learned. I know the lighting might be pretty shitty. I apologize, but we're doing what we can here. You've been part of this journey. You know how it works. I saw this fishing video where people were catching a bunch of fish, mostly catfish, on Spam, and I brought it up. I think I was talking with one of my, an OG. First of all, shout out to OG Pappy. I just realized one of the OGs listens to this. Pappy, I know you're probably listening, man. Thank you for tuning in and becoming a subscriber or whatnot. But one of the OGs told me that when one of my family members told me that when they first came to the States, they would go to grocery stores and first of all, I'm wearing this weight because due to this wearing this shirt and this weight due to this meal or this whatever snack. When they first came to the States, they would go to a supermarket, grocery store. Didn't know English, barely just could get by or whatnot, and they'd go in the aisles and they'd see these cans, these little small cans that look like, the Macedonian or the Yugoslavian or the Serbian or whatever it may be, wherever they would get their kind of Spam or chicken spread or chicken liver, whatnot. That's where they would get it. That's where they're used to getting it, rather. And when you're a FOB, fresh off the boat, you don't really know how to read English or how to read, anything that's in English. You just know your language. So they'd be hitting these supermarkets or whatever, walking through the aisles and see these cans, and they'd be super cheap or whatever, and they're like, oh, fuck, well, this is Spam. It's like they got Spam in the States as well. Beautiful. They've been doing this for a few months, when they were new here, and another not relative but OG. I don't know him, but he was an OG to them at the time. Was like, yo, what are you putting on that piece of bread? He saw something kind of funny, and he was like, yo, what is that, real quick? And it was that can that they had purchased at the supermarket, and they were eating cat food. They were spreading cat food on bread and sandwiches, and without knowing, they were eating meals for pets, and they were getting by on it, man. I just wanted to kick off the podcast with an interesting story like that. Me and you may know the difference between cat food, and me and you may be like, yo, what? But if you're not from here, you go to France or you go to, what's it called? I don't know, somewhere where they speak English. Everywhere speaks English now, so it's different. But 30 years ago, you wouldn't find everywhere people speaking English. Okay, I don't know. I'm not trying to defend it. I just thought that was a hilarious story once I heard it from a relative, man. Freaking Europeans eating cat food thinking it was Spam. But since we're on that topic of food, and I don't think I've brought it up on EMP, but man, I forgot where I saw it, and it was a really serious thing where I saw it on, and it was they were talking about charcuterie boards and how charcuterie boards are such a beautiful kind of instrument in food, and I was like, dude, just go on Instagram, find your favorite model or IG personality, whatever the fuck, creator or whatever. All they do is drink wine and eat cheese from freaking Trader Joe's and salami on these boards. Dude, go get a 2x4, cut it in a certain way, and slap some food on there. There's a charcuterie board. I don't know why I'm so sick of seeing people with these things. They've been around for ages, like literally hundreds and maybe thousands of years. People, you know what the thing is? I think people feel special when they eat off of something that's not a plate anymore. They're like, oh shit, dude, I'm going back in time and I'm eating off wood. I'm eating off a fine piece of wood, even though it's just a roll of salami and cheese, maybe some grapes thrown in there with some sparkling wine. I mean, dude, you could do that in your backyard and shit. But like, anyway, I'm just saying, charcuterie boards are nothing new, bro, or sis, and like, you could use a plate. You can use a plate, or you could just grab it out the package if you want. Or I mean, maybe I'm just being what nihilistic or whatever, Debbie Downer, and saying that. Why would you do that? But if you want to feel creative and if you want to feel like, you know, you're the next whatever Bourdain or whatnot, and put together a meal on wood, do it, dude. Meal on wood. That sounds like a really nice, like, actual fucking restaurant or something. Maybe that is the wave. Maybe I'm just late. Maybe I'm just a fucking hater. Who knows? I honestly, I don't know. But I've talked about before on this podcast. What's it called? Just these late night thoughts I get, which pretty much everybody does, like randomly. But I'll wake up in the middle of the night and I'll just have the craziest, like, random idea or memory or something that has happened to me before, and I'll think about it or think of something that I could have done in like, whatever, dude, you know. And I woke up and I used to never sleep with my phone near me. I hated it. I used to always put it like at least 5 to 8 feet away from me, not close to my bed really, unless like close to my bed, but not within like reaching distance. You know, I'd have to get up and grab it or move, do whatever, not be a lazy fuck. You know what I'm saying? But after I got an injury a couple of years ago, I had a couple surgeries on my shoulder, and I just kept my phone next to me because what the fuck else am I gonna do? At night, I would keep it there next to me. I mean, in case I woke up like I would from pain or whatnot, I would just hop on my phone for a little bit and then go back to bed. But I don't know. Lately, I've been, yeah, like I said, that developed that habit of me sleeping with my phone nearby, and I woke up one night and I was like, oh damn, my phone is like really close to my leg, like really close. I was like, dude, and I heard this before, you know, like when iPhones and all that shit first came out, like high technology, that it's bad for your testicles. And dude, I honestly could not sleep thinking that there was radiation from my iPhone that was going to be affecting my sperm count or maybe my ability to reproduce later on. Like I really was, it gave me like, I was freaking out. It was weird. Even though I'd heard this before and shit, I was like, fuck man, I keep my phone by my balls a lot. Like in the car, you know, it's in my pocket all the time. I sleep next to it. I jerk off on, no, I'm joking, but like the thing, like, I don't know, dude, it kind of stressed me out, and then I've been trying to like forget that and not think. By the way, look, have you seen scenery? I mean, look at this huge nug right behind me. I don't know what this is. It could be, I don't know, a gigantic nug from coming out of nowhere. I really don't know what that is, but yeah, it's in the background. If you're not watching on video, there's a freaking huge, could be like an opium plant or something like that. I'm not really positive, but like gigantic piece of shrubbery. I keep pointing on the wrong way. It's here. I think that's the right side of the screen. Not sure. But okay, hating on charcuterie boards and whatever, whatnot, and the phone near your balls. But I know I've been talking about fishing and like sports coming back, and how I've just been like obsessed with hockey lately and shit. And like I remember last episode, we were talking about how I was taking a break, in between periods of the Islanders game, and right now they're down 2-1 to Tampa Bay, which it blows my mind that Tampa Bay has a fucking good squad. They're in Florida, bro. Like I don't know. That's the thing that a whole other thing about Florida and state tax and all that shit. But yeah, that's maybe why they're over there. But within this, all the sports I've been watching, the U.S. Open recently started, and they've been like pretty successful. I would say their ratings, they're on ESPN almost all fucking day for like 4 or 5 hours a day. So people are watching tennis now, which is, I mean, I don't know. I've always been into tennis. Serena Williams is one of my favorite athletes for sure. Rafa Nadal, I grew up watching him and lose his fucking mind while he was on the court and stuff. And like tennis, believe it or not, was one of the first sports I played. Dude, I'm an athlete, man. Gymnastics, tennis, fucking aquatics, soccer, baseball, basketball, sparring. Not sparring. What's it called? The shit with the fencing. I meant. Sparring too. We'll just throw that in there. Why not? It's I don't know. Anyway, one of the best tennis player, the best men's tennis player right now. And I don't know if you know who he is, but his name is Novak Djokovic. And I turned on the TV to watch this game or this match. I forgot who's playing. I think it's some Spanish kid. He was ranked 20. Oh man, I should know his name. Oh, my bad. But dude was losing pretty early. Novak was. He was not doing too good pretty early, and you could tell it was messing with him. I mean, as it would anybody, especially if you got that number one by your name. And he was going for he's got 18 Grand Slam championship, like something, I think 17 or 18, or this could have been his 18th or not, I don't know, somewhere around there. So he's building up his stats, and he's building up his, let's say his resume, so to speak. But the dude is the number one tennis player in the world, and he's losing, and he hit a ball early in the first set, and or in the first round, and hit it low real quick and at the wall. And he's known to be kind of dramatic and all this shit. And if you don't care about tennis, I've lost you. I'm sorry, or sports, but this is where it gets a little crazy. He fucking drops the ball, his head's down later after he hit the ball into the side. He drops his head down and swings his racket out of ball. He took out of his pocket. He removed it from his pocket and threw it and slapped it pretty hard. I would say pretty fucking hard, especially just for not serving, just to be fucking around. Hit it pretty hard. The ball ends up hitting a lineswoman in the throat, and she collapses immediately. I'm sorry to laugh, but it was everyone was shocked. They're like, yo, even Novak was shocked, of course. I mean, if you're any kind of decent human being and you hit somebody or hurt somebody unintentionally, or even intentionally, you might be like, yo, my bad. But still, he unintentionally hit this girl. I mean, he was looking down. He wasn't. It was a stupid decision, stupid move to make. It was just him, his frustration, his feelings getting to him. And as I get that as an athlete, even as a person, sometimes we don't act rash in certain scenarios. But once you have such high pressure, and once the stakes are such on the line, you really can't afford to make such a bad kind of mistake. Long story short, she ends up having to be removed, taken to the hospital. I think she ended up being okay, but she was choking, dude. The ball fucking hit her. If you were, how guys can break their Adam's apple? I don't know the term, or it can get lodged in their throat or whatever. She got hit right there, bro, in the esophagus. And that does not feel good, man. I mean, those guys serve at 110 miles per hour. So even him just flimsily throwing his arm, it's not going to feel nice. But anyway, could see a lawsuit going against Djokovic, and he was disqualified from the tournament, which is very rare, man. Very rare in tennis. It's crazy. Tennis used to be the white person's escape into, I don't know, being competitive but also being respectful. Now they're just badasses in tennis, and it's a wave to be tatted up a little bit and show that you're aggressive on the court and all that. It used to never be like that, man. The bad boys in tennis was in the late 80s and 90s. I'm acting like I know everything about tennis. Anyway, I'll move on from that, man. Um, Another thing, though, I should have said this when I talked about the phone near my balls part. But another thing that I woke up with one night recently and just thought of was things that I'd want to be buried with. I know we're going from tennis to, mortality and immortality and shit. But I was thinking, when I die, is there anything that I really want with me in my casket or that I would like to be associated with, or if there's any, I don't know, anything, And I really couldn't think of like that many things, bro. I really couldn't think because I don't know. I don't. As of this time, I have a few possessions that I'm proud of or that I like or whatever, but I don't know when I'm gonna fucking die. I don't know. I mean, I do want to be buried with something. I don't want to be alone in that fucking box by myself, dude, in a nice ass Armani suit. Like, what? What? That's stupid to me. At least give me, if there's gonna be some, demons or some shit that come after me at night, or put like a, put a Glock in there. Maybe I was thinking like, do I need something for safety? Do I need something, fun? Maybe like an Xbox or some shit, like I don't know, a Switch to play. But at the end, I think at the end of it, it would probably be the things that I enjoyed the most, subtly in my life, like nearly almost unconsciously, but that I did not know. Like maybe just put like a fucking memorabilia of sports, just because I love sports. I'm kind of trivia book, so I could just always like look at, if I wanted to, in my casket, just like read over, oh, Muhammad Ali, his first knockout was against this guy, or whatever, something like that, or something about, George Bush ducking the fucking, that shoe thrown at him, that he showed good head movement. That would be, something I'd be interested in. Oh, I remember seeing that, when I was a youngster. But yeah, man, I mean, think about that. What would you want to be buried with? Would it be a charcuterie board? I mean, I'd probably want a snowboard in there, just because I have had so many great memories on. That'd be an expensive casket, though. One that fits a body and a snowboard. I'd want a nice one, too, bro. Like, or maybe I just want my beat up one. Like the one that, I had the best times with. I don't know. I don't know, man. I'm just saying, I'm just putting it out there. Not in a bad way, But just think of, when you pass, do you want to be in that box by yourself? Or if you want to get burned, do you want to get burned by yourself? I mean, what's the term? I just refer to it as being burned because that's all they do. I don't know. And save your remains, whatever. I don't know. But the last thing that I guess we'll end it off on, I always talk about movies and movie scenes and actors and shit like that on here on EMP. But I'm sure most of you are familiar with the movie We're the Millers. It's, I mean, hilarious, kind of like National Lampoon's that I think that's what it's called, that family vacation or whatever. Well, that movie, that series of movies. Dude, that movie's fucking hilarious. First of all, I mean, just the premise is amazing. Whoever the writer or whatever that came up with that's just so funny. But my favorite scene, I'm just gonna go about my favorite scene in that movie is one. And you may have to rewatch it or maybe YouTube the scene or something just to understand. This kid, dude, and the kid you think is you think he's a gay, dude. You think he's a gay fucking guy. You think he's an FF, as they say, dude. I don't know, dude, whatever. He meets a girl along this trip at a campground. He blows it off with her a few times, and I'm not trying to spoil alert this, but this movie came out many years ago. Not many, but over 5 at least, so you may be late to the game. He basically blows it in front of his family, quote unquote, and they're like, "Oh man, dude, like, what's your issue?" He doesn't know how to close. The guy can't close, man. Some of us have been there, some of us haven't. I've been there, dude. You kind of panic. You're like, "Oh shit, okay." He couldn't close. He couldn't seal the deal. You know what I'm talking about. And his whole family witnesses that issue, and they're like, "Oh man." And the actresses in this film, okay, they're not bad looking. Okay, his like I said, quote unquote family was Jennifer Aniston. That was his mother. Okay, so yeah, this came out in 2013, 7 years ago. Okay, Jennifer Aniston was his mom, and Emma Roberts was his sister. So they see it, and Ed Helms, you know him from The Hangover. He's the dentist guy, and I'm explaining this like you've never seen the movie, which most of you probably have. Anyway, this guy that's gay, fucking Will Poulter or whatever, that you think is gay. He comes back in the RV and he's all fucking sultry and he's down on himself and he's like, oh, I'm a piece of shit or whatever. Basically, Emma Roberts and Jennifer Aniston teach him how to kiss. There's a scene where he just goes back and forth kissing both of them. She's like, oh, let me teach you this, using tongue, the French version, the Armenian version, the North African, like all the ways that you can kiss and, maybe blow someone's mind. And I was just so fucking jealous of this kid, man. I'll be honest, I was like, yo, you just gotta make out with two of like the hottest people in Hollywood, probably. And the kid, like I said, he could be a gay kid, I mean, you don't know, I'm not sure. But that just, oh man, I mean, I was cracking up, but at the same time, man, I had to hide my shit, I had to hide the stiffy, dude. You gotta tuck it away. You can't be, enjoying a film and doing something inappropriate at the same time, unless it's an adult film, which we'll get into that into the next episode, to be honest. Anyways, thank you guys for listening. I apologize if the lighting's not good. Couldn't make it to the studio today. Definitely wanted to release an episode. And again, shout out Pappy if you're listening. I appreciate everything you've done. It's awesome that you even enjoy this, and anybody that does enjoy this. I mean, like I said, I've said before, share it with a friend, share it with somebody you might think is funny, whatever, or don't. You can fuck off for all I care. Anyways, thank you for listening. Peace.